Our story begins with Henry Adams, a 27-year-old mining broker's clerk in San Francisco, content with his prospects and a clean reputation. One day, his leisurely sail on the bay takes an unexpected turn, carrying him out to sea. Just as hope dwindles at nightfall, he's rescued by a brig bound for London. It was a long and stormy voyage, and they made him work without pay. He arrives in London with ragged clothes and only €1 in his pocket. That euro provides food and shelter for a mere 24 hours. The next 24 are spent in hunger and homelessness. About 10 o'clock on the following morning, seedy and hungry, Henry spies a luscious pear -1 bite tossed into the gutter by a child. His stomach craves it, but every attempt to retrieve it is thwarted by passing eyes, forcing him to act indifferent. Just as he's about to brave the shame, a gentleman calls him from a window. He's admitted by a gorgeous flunky into a sumptuous room where two elderly gentlemen await. The sight of their breakfast remains almost overpowers him. What Henry doesn't know at this moment is the extraordinary reason for his summons. A couple of days prior, these two elderly brothers had a heated argument, settling it, as is the English way, with a bet. The wager: what would be the fate of a perfectly honest and intelligent stranger turned adrift in London without a friend, and with no money but a €1,000,000 banknote, and no way to account for his being in possession of it? Brother A insists the man would starve or be arrested. Brother B bets €20,000 that he would lie for 30 days and stay out of jail, too. Brother A took him up. Brother B then went down to the Bank of England and bought that note. They saw many honest faces go by that were not intelligent enough, many that were intelligent but not honest enough, many that were both, but the possessors were not poor enough, or, if poor enough, were not strangers. There was always a defect, until Henry came along, but they agreed that he filled the bill all around. After answering their questions, he's handed an envelope with an explanation inside, but instructed not to open it until he reached his lodgings. Puzzled, and feeling hurt and insulted to be made the butt of what was apparently some kind of a practical joke, he departs, the pair now gone.